So Steve, an important match today, but we unfortunately didn't get the result we wanted. Can you talk us through that performance today?
Quite simple. You watch the games, the tale of two boxes. They had 3 chances, scored twice. I couldn't tell you how many chances we had. I lost count, and that's throughout the game. I don't know where to begin with that. As I say, it's the classic cliche of a tale of two boxes. We didn't defend our box well enough, and we weren't clinical in their box.
So speaking of where the goals are coming from, we unfortunately saw Lewis Walker out injured again today, having only made 9 appearances so far out of possible 18. How big of a blow is that to you?
Yes, a blow. I mean, Lewis, in terms of moving the squad forward in the summer, and the players that had stayed at the football club, Lewis was our marquee signing, to be honest with you. But he does have issues with his lower back and his hamstrings, and we're desperately trying to work on that and get it right. He's moving closer to the football club now, so his travelling will be a lot less, and we're desperate to get him not just back on the training ground, but get him back on the pitch. But it's one of those where he's had an ongoing problem pretty much all his career with his lower back and his hamstrings, and it's something that we're trying to manage to get him back on the pitch and get the best out of him.
So this result today doesn't see us move down any further, and we've got all the games coming later today, so we'll find out how we're looking. Next week we have a big game again against Altrincham. The team's sitting just above the relegation zone. How are we preparing for that game?
We'll prepare as always, Scott. You've seen the game. I'm not being defensive. I'm just being honest. You know, they've had 3 chances. They've scored twice. I couldn't tell you how many chances. If I said we had 10 chances, I wouldn't be exaggerating. I'm probably on the low side, to be honest with you. At times, in periods of the game, it just looked a question of not if we'd score, when we'd score. But yeah, you've got to have the belief in, you know, from you've got to defend your box properly. You've got to not just stop crosses, but you've got to stop the ball coming forward at source. And then you've got to defend your box properly if the ball does come in, which invariably, unfortunately, this level it does. And then secondly, when you get in front of goal, you've just got to believe in your own ability, and you've got to go cold, and you've got to be clinical. And it looked like today, I don't think many teams will create many more chances against them all season in open play in a game. But we actually, in reality, didn't look like finishing, even though we got in some great areas, and their keeper is undoubtedly their man of the match. We didn't look like scoring, and that's a worry. You know, it's just, I just said to the players in there, it looked like we spurned a chance. Well, don't worry, we'll create another chance in a minute or two, which we did, and then we missed that, and it just seemed to be the pattern of the game, really. So yeah, really disappointed, because you know, you see the way we move the ball. We're a very possession-based team. We're good on the eye, but it's not enough. It's not enough. You've got to do the right amount of work. If you need to dig in and defend your box, that's what you've got to do at all costs. And when you get in front of goal, you've got to be clinical. You've got to go cold, and you've got to be clinical. And that's the story of today. And I would imagine, if I'm Chris Millington, I'm absolutely delighted based on the amount of possession that we had and the chances we created. But that's where we are, and we need to address it. We need to put it right. Lewis Walker would obviously be a big positive in that sense, and we'll see where he is on Monday. But yeah, Lewis in terms of his finishing and his movement and what have you, is somebody that would be very beneficial to me and my squad at the moment.
So speaking of adjusting, we have a National League Cup match on Tuesday as well. Will you be looking to maybe tweak a few things, change a few things here?
There'll be significant changes on Tuesday night. There always would have been, irrespective of the outcome today. But you know, I think when you get a defeat like today, not the performance necessarily, but when you get a defeat like today, I think it enhances the need which I was always going to do anyway, to move things around on Tuesday night, and also give other people an opportunity, not just for Tuesday night, but moving forward to Altrincham on Saturday and beyond that.
Thank you very much, Steve.
Thank you.